And a happy Dick Trace-sember to one and all. I hope everyone is decorating their Tracy trees, kissing their loved ones under the Dixletoe, remembering the Magi's gifts of Chester Gold, Chester Frankincense, and Chester Myrrh. And a jolly Lawrence Wickland to all. Out of the way, credits. I'm trying to see the Pier 39 sea lions. And Chester Frankincense and Chester Myrrh, as established. Whatever happened to Dick Traceability? So which of these four writers pitched that Dick would just keep on surviving things? Ralph Bird sounds like a fifth-tier forgotten Looney Tunes character. Like, we're talking sub-Peter Puma level. Wedgwood Noel, the angels did say. Chapter 7, The Ghost Town Mystery, an excuse for me to make even more Knott's Berry Farm jokes than usual. Just against society as a whole? Pretty big task, but okay. Wait, the facial reconstruction and removal of ability to distinguish also took his memory? Man, Moloch's surgeries are thorough. So his whole motivation is just waiting for a chance to show off. Western Division. Great, you know Ghost Town's gonna be crowded if the Western entrance is open. They've been understudies and mascots, now they're just buddies. She did? I believe you, I just genuinely don't remember that happening. Did Moloch take my memory too? Alright, you're telling us he's been dragged beneath the ocean, so we'll just pick up from when he gets dragged beneath the ocean, right? No, of course not. Boy, these two are really showing their shoulders off to each other. So, like, did this henchman have it in his contract that we'd just see this fight again, and not the half-dozen other guys that Tracy punched around last time?
We have no time to lose.
Let's hurry before Kelsey Grammer and Rip Torn show up.
Tell Captain Starkey to stand by. We leave at once.
Here is Randolph's formula for nickelanium.
My government appreciates your efficiency.
Oh, no you don't. Only our government is allowed to appreciate efficiency. Bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. Such a casual flicking of the submerge lever. Making Christmas. Now we gotta cut loose, foot loose. Save yourself from this noose. This was me learning how to tie my shoes as a kid.
Police, beat it!
Just local police? What's the threshold for when you fight and when you escape? Frodo's gonna need to pull him up. Dun da 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 da. Come on, Steve, another rope? That's what got me into this mess. You know, I genuinely appreciate a cliffhanger resolution that actually requires being rescued, and not just escaping by escaping or surviving by surviving. Can you go one chapter without getting wet?
Some of the men got away with the spider, Dick, but we captured a few. Anyway, the formula's safe. Come on!
Is it? I honestly couldn't tell in the chaos.
Hey, Mr. Tracy?
Junior, how did you get here?
Oh, Junior hid in the car. He's the one that sent for the police.
Good work, Junior.
Hiding in cars is good. Hiding in planes is bad. Death Valley Johnny is a famous character? Actually famous or Famous Studios famous?
It'll be worthwhile for us to contact Death Valley Johnny if the Spider's plans involve him.
Just because you find a random newspaper article doesn't mean the Spider's plans have anything to do with it. What, do the Spider's plans also involve Slylock Fox? Tarantino's lost all his subtlety.
It is most important that we find this secret mine.
So you've just moved on to this rather than trying again with Nickelanium or the Furs or the Mogra necklace?
Everything is in readiness. We will be the only ones to learn the secret of the man who calls himself Death Valley Johnny.
I'm sorry, you just can't sound ominous saying that name, no matter what transition follows it.
Death Valley Johnny.
I should say we have. He's right over there in the midst of all those reporters.
He's been hanging out with Emperor Norton all morning. Can you make them leave?
Wait, I gotta have a cigar.
This is my favorite Red Skelton character. Aw, does Dick have a crush?
I got a dozen. I ought to be able to get one. Wait a minute, boys.
Will you have a cigar?
Let's celebrate the birth of my baby gold mine.
You're a great guy, Johnny. Will I give you the headlines, or will I give you the headlines?
Seems like he has plenty of headlines already.
Don't forget to print the vest one. Hello, boys. Have a cigar.
No, thanks. I don't use them.
I saw Pinocchio. I'm not becoming a donkey.
Smoke a cigarette.
Oh, cigarettes, eh?
Yeah, pansy.
Well, sit down and let's have a powwow.
No, we don't mind if we do.
Don't mind if I smoke.
No, go right ahead.
Help yourself.
Duh.
What newspaper are you boys from?
I'm from Chicago Tribune, but Steve's original to this serial.
Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is my assistant, Steve Lockwood.
Wait, I'm an assistant? I thought we were equal partners.
We're here in your interest. We have reason to believe a certain criminal ring may cause you trouble.
Well, I'm a lazy horn-toad.
And a poor man's Walter Brennan.
A coyote trying to get his greasy paws on my specimen gold, eh?
No, the coyotes steal from the pie-making bear, not the prospector. Get your knots lore straight.
I've guarded the whereabouts of that mine for nigh on to 20 years. And no hombre's going to get it away from me. Besides, the gold won't be mine after 10 o'clock tonight.
I traded it to a Nigerian prince.
Does anyone beside yourself know where the gold is?
No, sir. I kept the secret of that mine in my head. And I ain't going to open my yap until those jewelers sign on the dotted line.
I love this guy. He should get the and credit instead of Oscar and Elmer.
From New York jewelers. And, it a good stiff figure, too.
Dick is as charmed by Johnny as Sam Casey is by Buffalo.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, sir, and I hope your deal turns out as you expect. If I can help you in any way, let me know.
Well, ain't never needed a G-man yet, but you never can tell.
You never can tell. This serial's catchphrase.
Glad to have met up with you.
Goodbye. So long.
So long.
If Captain America had a single character as whimsical as this guy, my last year would have been far less painful. And the misaligned / transition? And enough of that, now the backslashes. Oh, for God's sake, another Fred Clark lookalike? He's too obscure for me to keep comparing guys to.
No reason for this delay. I'm always punctual in my appointments.
Well, sure, brag about it, Wendell.
Oh, will you stop that confounded tapping?
That's what Stanley Donen said when he was finally done with Gene. An ingenue from a Preston Sturges movie is in this meeting?
What can be keeping that lawyer? Clark said he'd have him here by 10 o'clock.
Fred Clark said that. Screw it, I'm steering into referencing him now. Kids, Fred Clark was one of the 4 actors to play Burns and Allen's neighbor Harry.
Nolan is my name. Mr. Clark sent me to render my legal services in his behalf.
Which was inconvenient since I'm busy directing The Odyssey.
Mr. Noble, Mr. Wickland,
Gentlemen,
and Mr. Death Valley Johnny.
how do you do?
Pleased to meet you. Take a chair and we'll get to business immediately. Meeting will come to order.
Death Valley John C. Reilly.
As per our agreement, we have deposited $500,000 to the credit of Mr. Johnny.
For that much money, shouldn't they know his legal name?
At the time that he shall turn over all properties referred to in this agreement.
For a chapter called The Ghost Town Mystery, there's surprisingly little log ride.
If you say so, it's right. Sign right here. Yeah, sure. Say you sure this is right and in order?
Absolutely, sir. Provided you can produce the specimen gold.
Specimen gold, specimen gold. He's busy writing a screed about these consarned kids today. I think this is for you. It says, do you like me? Check yes or no.
Now, sir, I suppose you won't mind disclosing the whereabouts of your hidden mine. I suppose the specimen gold is kept there.
You're doing an awful lot of supposing.
I'll draw you a map.
The mine is located across the train tracks, before the Hello Dolly fountain. If you see the Johnny Rockets and Berry Tales, you've gone too far.
Ain't no trick in finding it once you get on the right track.
Less of a map drawing and more of a postcard.
That ought to be plain and simple like.
That will be fine.
Just fine. I'm so happy about it.
Mr. Nolan, I'd like to see that map if you don't mind. I must say your actions...
He ominously reaches for his parking stub for validation. I continue to not quite understand which murders require the flashlight and which ones don't. Hurry, Adam West is on his way up the side of this wall. Hey, he's just one building over. Should we chase him, or...
Hello.
I mean, Dick showed us gunshots are survivable.
Are you calling a doctor?
No, I'm calling the police.
Never mind the police. Call Dick Tracy. I want Dick Tracy.
I met one lawman once, and I only trust him.
Dick Tracy. Yes, Dick Tracy.
That's all right.
Wait, now he's in serious condition?
He's putting up a great fight, but there's not much hope. We'll know better after the anesthetic wears off.
Let me have his clothes, will you, Doctor? There might be some clue in them which will prove of value to me.
Of course.
No questions asked. Take this man's clothes without his consent.
Well, certainly, Doctor.
Johnny, you're the only man I've ever loved.
I'm hunting for those yellow coyotes, Johnny.
Coyote versus Acme is not as fun as I expected, but it does have a cartoony transition. CSI, Great Depression.
Reddish brown. It's copper quartz, all right. Now, Gwen, let's see another. Check copper quartz specifications found in the Geological Atlas. Find out what locations this type of quartz can be found in.
Right.
Dick Tracy spends more time in the lab than Mr. Wizard. Steve taking a break to read erotic manga?
Think we're getting anywhere, Dick?
We're taking the chance that Death Valley Johnny wore the same boots here as he wore around his secret mine.
A lot of effort to spend on a chance.
And if the specimen of copper isn't too common, we may get a direct lead to the place in time to stop the spider ring from accomplishing its purpose.
Now, here it is, California. Thunderhead Mountains in Death Valley.
Big Thunderhead Mountain Railroad?
Gold acre mine. Produced 100,000 tons annually. The stuff's rare.
Almost as rare as seeing Woodstock and Camp Snoopy.
Located near Coyote Wells. The mine shut down in 1905 when the town was deserted.
Ghost town, eh?
Let's put a berry stand there.
Gwen, phone the airport. Tell them to have my plane ready.
Okay, they're almost done gluing it back together.
Dag nabbit.
This Jeopardy buzzer's broken.
Put one over on me, do they?
Why is there a taco on the wall?
Here, you're a sick man. Hey, where? Hey, Doug, listen, I'm not sick. The way you folks act, you think I never been shot before.
This guy rules. This cereal should be about him.
My clothes.
He hasn't any fever.
No, what do you hold my hand for?
So having him under anesthesia just slowed things down, huh?
Say, I want to see Dick Tracy, and you get him for me quick.
All right, nurse. Call Dick Tracy.
Yes, Doctor.
And listen, young lady, you tell him to make this hospital give me back my pants.
Sorry, your insurance doesn't cover that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will.
Yeah, and don't you tell me
No,
I'm
sir,
sick.
don't accept.
I know, but there's nothing the matter with me.
Windshield wipers
I'll be
back.
right over. Yes, I'll bring his clothes. Mike, will you get the car? We're driving right over to the hospital. You get right back to bed, young man. Yes, ma'am.
This looks like a job for Suit Boy! And now the forward and the backslash are running away from each other. You know, this is still less repetitive than Captain America, but I'd be okay if we never go back and forth between a lab and a plane again. So we're looking for the Zeppelin again, or where are we in this story?
All right, I guess you can go.
Okay, you talked me into it. Death Valley is an HO scale? Wow, we're falling! Oh, or we're landing gently. Oh no, we're crashing! Or not, whatever. Animal's head is gonna burst through that roof.
Spooky looking place, isn't it?
Looks dead enough, but you never can tell.
You never can tell! Take a shot! A gang of aspiring Wilsons from Home Improvement?
They may have heard our plane land. Let's separate in case of an ambush.
Yeah, you'll be safer isolated from each other. The flash flood overflowed and wiped out most of 6 points. Now, is the Cameo Kate show happening over here, or is it at the Birdcage this year? Where are these fence faces relative to our heroes? He's impersonating the Searchlight from Casablanca. Yeah, this knoll is grassy enough to do in a pinch. Yeah, I got dust in my eyes.
Steve.
Boy, the Mayfields have gotten a lot less friendly. Are these the guys who are in the fence? I don't know. Again, the fistfights have slightly more variety than Caps did, but not enough. Let me sleep, just 5 more minutes. Oh, why did I stand still for a full second so you could hit me more easily? It's springtime, a new scene is blooming.
Look in the hip pockets of them pants, Sonny, and give me what you find.
Ugh, you never want to hear an old man say that to a child.
Go to your mind, so I came in his place.
Huh?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
How did you know where my mine was?
We were able to trace the location by the quartz particles still sticking to your boots.
It was kind of a plot cul-de-sac since we could have just waited 5 minutes for you to wake up, I guess.
He should never have gone out there without first talking to me. Now, there's something awful dangerous in that mine if you don't know just where it is.
Oh, he already knows about the Garner Holt animatronics.
That's it, Sonny. Give it to me.
But tell me, what is there in the mine that's so dangerous?
Next bed over, Buddy Hackett is getting a strawberry malted right before his death.
You better ring for the nurse.
Yeah, great contribution, Mike.
Mike, we'll have to drive like mad to Death Valley to prevent Dick from going into that mine.
It's only about 500 miles from San Francisco to Death Valley. The Proclaimers could walk that.
You better wait outside. I'll see what I can do for him.
All right, what fun scene transition are we getting now? Oh, come on. Seriously, the feds haven't raided this hideout yet? Oh, there's the transition.
Come on, you guys, snap into it.
The Slim Jim, I mean. That guy's no Woody Boyd. So to join the Spider Gang, you have to be just kind of okay with a rope.
Try and back of the bus.
Hey, is this the same set as Whitey's from a different angle? Because you probably should have put a few more episodes between these two so we'd forget. Okay, everyone's just surviving getting shot. Maybe Steve had Marty McFly's makeshift bulletproof vest?
Look, there's the wing.
Oh, that's what's making the noisiest noise in all of Noisedom? Thanks for pointing it out. Clunk. Death Valley, played by Bree from the Finnish Lord of the Rings TV series.
The wing! The spider's here. Come on, man.
Aren't we the spider? Isn't it the name of the ring? Or is it the name of our leader? And if so, why do we also call him the lame one? Saddest Macy's balloon ever.
Land only long enough to load the specimen gold aboard.
Specimen gold. All right, fellas, let's do exactly what we did last night, but without me standing still for you to punch me. Dick, there's no room behind the bar. Just go around it. How to very much be seen. Wow, driving from San Francisco to Death Valley in record time. California must have been so easy to drive through before freeways.
Well, I don't know. Some guy creased me with a bullet last night. I haven't seen Dick since.
Oh, we must find him. There's something in the mine he doesn't know about.
I'll say there is.
Again, great contribution, Mike. So Death Valley Johnny got this place from the De La Vegas? Quick, to the shaft at the end of the tunnel that the title will call a Vault of Vengeance for some reason. He's got a gun! That was enough to make us run away before. But not this time, I guess. And safe. Ginger Rogers is doing the same thing forward in heels. I'm sure this pile of rubble isn't ominous. Okay, so the wood planks weren't heavy enough to fall through the quicksand. Hey, it's actually a refreshing hot spring down here.
Here's a shot I sure won't miss.
Yeah, brag about your aim when he's trapped in a small hole. And Dick's dead, so the next fight is in heaven, up in the clouds. Well, that was the Ghost Town mystery. You know, that was mostly not false advertising, that title. There were sequences in a ghost town. Not much of a mystery, though. You know, not exactly a Benoit Blanc whodunit. I guess a shot man woke up, but not a dead man. I would like to thank my patrons, not only for their continued financial support, but for joining me on Patreon live streams to brainstorm jokes for this riff. These fine folks warned me about the dangerous things in this chapter when I didn't know where to look for them. If you would like to join the next live stream, even a $1 pledge gets you access. And at $2, you can see early and bonus videos. For instance, right now you can see not only this month's upcoming Christmas riff, but also the main channel's upcoming Decemberween offering. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to Ghost Town before it gets completely blocked off by the line for the Snoopy Ice Show. And until next time, this is Dave, signing off.